5 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway in Southern California. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Finding room at midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. On the option, here's Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer, 44 yards. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now 1 for 1, a lot more to go. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 4th and long after that sack we just saw. He'll drop to throw. The kidder here, it's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a 45-yard punt and couple that with a loss on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Working with 2nd and 5 now. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. And it's caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep. Going back to Allen, he's got him again.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Gerald Everett, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have moved out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Bengals drive about to get going. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action with Burrow. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. It's Williams on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller, because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Ooh, the juke. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Here's Herbert. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds, because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Herbert now. This is caught. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Hopkins' kick is good. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a little closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game we want to end every series with a kick, right? Punt, PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Bengals drive about to get going.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
He'll go right back to Tonyan.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Play action. It's Burrow.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal. Burrow.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you can describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Ja'Marr Chase.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals have cut it back within a score.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back.
He tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Robert Tonyan,
a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. And they'll begin by running the option.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On second down, Eckler. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sam Hubbard in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me up.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 1, ready?
5 yards remain on second down.
And they go play action now. Burrow, he's going to air one out. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down. Eckler now between the tackles. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Going for the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Allen. Keenan Allen, 52 yards.
And the Chargers have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First down. Here's Burrow. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Burrow looking to pass. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Burrow will throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, and a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game. Tell them all they're...
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. There's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that's complete to Trey McKinney, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 46 yards. And the Chargers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
What's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Second and 10 now, Burrow. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Herbert now to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Throwing, Burrow. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you're calling for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.